From the moment our great president announced that he would run to serve our country, the Shadow Force has done everything in its power to change what God had set forth. With a government that had covertly been tainted over the years, an outsider was chosen to change the game and begin a movement to remove this disease, give the people back what had been taken from them, and preserve the rights given to us by God. Many men have tried to make this change in the past and were removed in one way or the other. However, this time, the game was known, and this war had been planned long before 2015. With the media well in the pocket of the antagonist and almost every politician either in bed with or extorted by the enemy, our great president still managed not only to win the election, but to fulfill more than just what he had promised the American people. But what most do not realize is what he is accomplishing outside of the public view. This will truly be his greatest achievements, and what will change our lives and history in ways that we never realized possible. He will be victorious in a centuries-long war between darkness and light that very few even knew existed. Although many days appear like a total defeat to the American patriot and the patriots around the world, President Trump maintains the confidence of a man that won the war, and that is because he already has. To make it easier to see what's happening, you must first understand how Trump operates, with moves straight out of Sun Tzu's Art of War. Every move the president has made, no matter how random it seems, is calculated to the smallest detail. His methods become more apparent once you understand the strategies, and here are just a few. Before you enter a war, you must first be confident of your abilities, and you must learn your enemy intimately. Being a businessman and not a politician, Trump was able to walk amongst the snakes for decades under the radar, learning their Alinsky-inspired playbooks, the financial systems that they used to indebt and control the population, and observe the many ways that people's money was being used to fund globalist conquest and line the pockets of those conspiring. Trump did this while maintaining the admiration and respect of all until the day the elite realized he was the lion that was about to devour them. Victorious winners win first, and then go to war. And Trump had this war won before he even entered the battlefield in 2016. Great leaders have already calculated possible casualties and have heroes like Seth Rich, Julian Assange, and General Flynn who are willing to lose their battle in order to expose the enemy, their intention, so that we can win the war. Trump has gained his warriors by treating people as his sons and daughters, fulfilling his promises, which is why they will now follow to the deepest valleys behind a leader whose actions far exceeded his words. The one who is always victorious does not win through force and skill, but is one who subdues the enemy without fighting. The ones that are often fooled or forced into physical conflict are not necessarily the enemy. The ones that lead them into conflict are the forces that need to be removed. Like with Saudi Arabia, North Korea, China, and Iran, you show your agitator that they have nothing to gain by attacking you. You will diminish their enthusiasm to do so. You inspire the country's people by reminding them of the power they have over their leaders, while reminding those leaders who really has the power. Next, you build a golden bridge to retreat across by offering them something that will benefit their country while creating a sense of victory for everyone. Yet Trump's greatest attribute is his ability to confuse his enemy so that they cannot fathom his real intent. Strategic deception has been valuable for the president. When you are competent, appear incompetent. Appear weak when you are strong. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of appearing dormant. Always evolve and maintain flexibility, because any man can see a plan made for battle, but no man can determine a plan that never stops evolving. And this allows Trump to be the director of our enemy's fate. It also allows him to seize upon opportunities as they arrive, taking advantage of overconfidence. He has mastered the chessboard and controls all the pieces while brilliantly getting the enemy to slowly defeat themselves, leaving them unsure what to defend or who even to attack. He has roused his opponent into revealing their intentions as to expose its vulnerabilities. One way Trump does this is by creating an illusion of conflict where there may be none. As many of his administration is shuffled or moved around, people assume that he does not know what he's doing. Trump often even exchanges unpleasantries via social media and sound bites with those that were relieved of their duties. He does this with his allies and his enemies. Some of those exchanges have merit, but many others, such as Jeff Sessions, are nothing but kabuki theater, giving the deep state actors an insecurity of who they can trust. This also allows Trump loyalists a shadow to hide behind while they complete other unforeseen tasks. Finally, we come to the strategy that most involves us, the Trump supporters, the patriots, and the digital warriors, and that is targeting the enemies where they are not. Preparing the battlefield for where it's going to be instead of where we are. Everything Trump, the patriots, and those that have already given their lives in pursuit of bringing dark to light have done will be in vain without the world waking up to the tyranny and the truth and feeling the impact of what has transpired.
Ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?
Hey guys, welcome to Thursday night. We might have some problems here tonight, guys, because I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's going to be the accounts because it's on the Freedom Jeff, but just bear with the program, obviously. Don't go anywhere. If you see it freezing or anything, please do not do anything. If anything, refresh the page, but we should be all right. But you never know. All right. So welcome, guys, to Thursday night. And again, the week has went fast. And as you guys know, banned on Facebook once again just for saying the word. And I didn't even actually say the word, guys. I just said the word chink, as in Chinese, CH with a space, INK. And then all of a sudden the next day, it was a 30-day ban. But what was weird is I appealed it and put something like it's not offensive in my language, I guess. And it said that I won the appeal. So that was kind of weird because if I won the appeal, I shouldn't be banned, but I'm still banned. So I know for a fact there's a lot of content creators that are having problems right now with their social media. And I don't know what the hell the Canadian government is doing. If that bill C-22 has passed, I don't know what's going on. But there is like Moose on the Loose, The Fringe. They're all having problems. What's her name? Jasmine. She's having problems with her subscribers and stuff like that. So everyone's having problems. And then more likely, guys, they're going to be doing this to me and my videos along with everybody else. All right. So welcome to Thursday night. Thank you for coming out. Like I said, we'll probably have problems throughout the show, but either way, stick with it, guys. And like I said, put me on YouTube because once this other account's gone, the Jeff Freedom account, like I'll never open up another Jeff Freedom account. I'll always keep this Freedom Jeff until they give me strikes on this account, just to let you know. But anyway, on YouTube, it's free. So it's called The Canadian Don, right? The Canadian Don, which I see some people are following me right now, as in Mark. And of course, our buddy Sean from Oshawa. So before we begin, obviously, we're going to do the shout outs to see which Freedom families, our common sensors, our pure bloods, our once upon a time pure bloods, our American family. I hope everyone is either paying attention on this Freedom Jeff page, or I actually posted on the Jeff Freedom page too. I think I'm hoping you guys seen the little link on the Jeff Freedom page. So you tap that link, and obviously it'll bring you to this page. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is not that smart like he thinks he is. Not on Jeff Freedom anyway. All right, so shout outs going out to our brother Sean, all the way from Oshawa. Mark from, if I'm not mistaken, Mark all the way from Newfoundland. Miss Juanita Camaro from Nova Scotia. Roland, Carolyn, Jeff Godfrey, Mr. Dan Marsh, Mike Boom, Sylvie, and Julien from up north of New Brunswick. How you doing, Judy Gold? Just a question for you, Sylvie and Julien. You can put a yes, you can put a no. I know it's kind of iffy, but I know you guys live up north. I think you guys live up north in the New Brunswick area. Are they putting the Africans in your area too? I'm just kind of curious because I don't know if you live in the Shippagan, Tracadie, Naguac area, but throw me a little message out there saying if they're actually throwing some Africans in your village too. And I don't know if you guys are from that area, but I think you are, but maybe it's just my mind losing it. But let me know, because I'm last time when I went to my son's hockey tournament in Tracadie, we've seen some. So I'm just wondering if it's getting worse, because it's going to get worse, just to let you know. How you doing, Judy Gold? Ron from the Peg area. I got a video for you, Ron, on your Premier canoe, Wob canoe. You're going to laugh about this one. How you doing, Lovey? Brenda Pryor, Miss Eagles, Mo, Genevieve from The Rock, Miss Jeanne Dancier, Miss Annette. Who else here? Joelle, brother from a different mother on YouTube. There you go. Vincent, another brother from a different mother. And our sponsor, guys, Andre. Listen, he messaged me right before the show. He said, hey, I'm going to be on tonight on live. And he said, when's your sponsorship due, which is the VPN and StreamYard? Because it's $100 a month, guys, to do this stuff. It's not free. And he said, I want to sponsor you again. Like, this is going to be almost 2.5 years for Andre. So a special thanks going out to Andre, because he's the one, I'll be honest with you, he's the one that keeps the show going, because I wouldn't take $100 on my pocket every month to end my time to be doing this for everybody. I'd be just doing Facebook Lives without showing videos and stuff like that. So I use StreamYard specifically because whatever I say, not everyone believes. So I back it up with videos and photos, which I couldn't do if I was doing just the Facebook Live. So anyway, thanks going out to Andre and Dupree's Towen, just to let you know. How you doing, Annette? What I said the word on my page and they didn't do crap. Yeah, well, you're not watching you like they're watching me, Ron, which I don't know why, because you do say a lot of offensive words. On YouTube, you'll see me as Budshot. Okay, cool. How you doing, May? Regina, Brian Matthews. I'm in central Manitoba. They're putting immigrants everywhere to take over, and Wab Canoe is a squid. Yeah, I'm going to show you a video, and I don't even know how this parasite, and he is a parasite because he doesn't represent the native people. He's like a wannabe gangster native, which is just as funny as a wannabe gangster for a Punjabi. You know what I mean? But I've got a couple things to show you guys, and we'll get to it first after the shoutouts. How you doing, Annette? No, we're not in part. We're from Saint Anne de Kent, right after Bouctouche. Oh, I know where Saint Anne is. Obviously, I'm from Bouctouche, but I thought it's somebody else then that are from up north. I'm mistaken you guys for somebody else. So mistaken on that. So yeah, I lived in Saint Marie. Played for Bouctouche, obviously with the JCs way back in the time too, when they was the Inter-Parish League, when St. Mary's had a team before the arena flopped. And Saint-Antoine had a team, and Cocan had a team, and Richelieu had a team, and Bouctouche. Those were the days. Genevieve, who else? Marcel Robichaud. All right, first things first. Like I promised, Ron, from the Peg area, check out this video from Wab Canoe. This was in the house. I don't know if this was today, but it was this week with Wab Canoe. He was in the house, but see how disgusting this man is. See the only thing I'm going to give him credit for this video, and it's only one credit, he won't get any more credits from me, is the fact that the person that's speaking out against him is a Paki himself. So as an immigrant, I probably would have did kind of the same thing as Wab Canoe, but I don't think he's doing it because he's a Paki. His opposition, I think he's just doing because he's really ignorant. Me personally, I'd be interrupted and doing the same thing if I had this guy in the House of Commons or whatever you call it in Winterpeg. And check it out anyway. It's pretty disgusting, but I kind of don't blame him because you got this Paki that, and if anybody knows in Manitoba, they're taking over. They're taking over, man. I've already did a live on this. They're taking over Manitoba. Manitoba is going to be their central base. Pretty much like what the Hells Angels did. They made Manitoba as the center of their organization, and then they spread out, right? They spread out. Well, it's the same thing like those Indians are doing because they're a parasite themselves. So they're going to take over Manitoba, all right, because it's a pretty messed up province. I hate to tell you anybody, but don't go ever live in Manitoba. Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry for Ron. Sorry for the other gentleman. But Manitoba is a shithole. So they're literally taking up Manitoba, and then they're going to spread. Now, their next province, I've already told everyone they're taking over, is Ontario. I always say Ontario instead of Ontario. They're literally pretty much almost, I give within 3 to 5 years, Ontario will definitely be theirs too. Manitoba, Ontario, BC. All right? BC, they'll use in for the drugs. Manitoba, they'll use as the central hub, and they'll branch off their drugs to Ontario and Quebec and all those places. That's exactly why, what their plan is. But check this out before I sound like once I start something, I sound like an old lady at bingo. I got to talk about so many things. But check out his 46-second video.
2 votes. Now, the Premier did say that he... Again, it's. I asked the Premier numerous times to please be respectful while I ask questions from Manitobans. Order. This is unbecoming of the Premier. It is unfortunate. I've just asked him to be respectful. I'm asking questions. Ask questions. And this is the behavior we're getting from him. It's It's unfortunate. So the Premier knows he can do it and pass it. So the simple question is, will the Premier stop laughing? No. Nobody else? No. I'm asking about the budget bill. And the answer is no.
So someone said that's
Votes.
OB.
Now,
Someone said that was OB-Con. All right. I don't care what it is. I don't like Wab Kinew any more than I like OB-Con or whatever hell you call them. Either way, they both need to go. But that, again, I give appraisal to Wab Kinew because it's not that he hates OB-Con because he's a Paki and he knows what's going on. It's just the fact he's a very ignorant person. And I don't even know how he made it in the House because this is his rap record. This is his record, guys. I'm going to show you right here. His record. So in 2003, he was convicted of a refusing a breathalyzer because, you know, that's what mostly a lot of the natives do. They're always drunk anyway. Sorry, not sorry. In 2004, they pleaded guilty to assaulting a Winnipeg taxi driver. Court record directed racial slurs at the driver, punched him in the face. Also 2004, conditional discharge for a separate assault in Ontario. That was with a woman. Well, actually, look, 2003, 2 charges of assaulting his then girlfriend, stayed by the Crown. Kinew denies. 2005, theft under $5,000, charge for cashing a money order that wasn't his. That sounds about right. And 2 breaches of court orders during the same period. Yeah, that's exactly what sounds like a native fraud, drinking, assault. That's exactly what represents the native community. Power to you, to Wab Kinew, because exactly, I don't have to say anything. It just goes to show you right there what this piece of shit really is. But I really don't care about the other guy either, obviously, because I told you, I've said it, and I don't even have to be in Manitoba. I already see it. I already feel it. I already sense it, what their main plan is. And if you guys don't know, well, you know now in the Winnipeg area, I actually feel bad for you guys. And speaking of Indigenous from here, check out what they're doing in BC. This should make you guys pissed off. And I will ask you guys a question. Why do you think they're doing this? Check this out.
You won't believe this. BC just banned every non-Indigenous person from Joffrey Lake. Public land, your tax dollars, one of the most beautiful lakes in all of BC, and it's closed for weeks so First Nations can connect with the land. Wrong skin color, you can't come in. Is this reconciliation? Is this what progress looks like? Let me know in the comments below.
So what do you guys think they're doing in BC for banning Canadian people instead of Indigenous with that park? So I'll just throw that out there because I like a little interaction with the family. What do you think they would do and put that in? Because you're going to like the next video. The next video should really bring your blood pressure up. But don't worry, I am a paramedic now, so I can check your blood work. I can do all those vitals for you. Just to let you guys know. Wait till you see the next video. But what do you guys think? Racism at its finest. Jeff says it's a precursor for the rest of Canada. Yeah, it's division. Annette got the answer. It's division. It's division, Jeff. The main purpose of it is it's division. While they want everyone to be pissed off at the Indigenous drunk natives, and because there is no reason why we've been giving these people billions of dollars over land that was never theirs. There's no such thing as owning land. And the reason how I know that is try not paying your land tax and see what happens to your land that you bought for hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? No one owns land, God owns land. But they make us believe that natives were here first, so we have to pay them for land we stole. And I've got a perfect meme that I want to share the exact day that they banned me. The exact day that they banned me, I want to show you guys a meme about Indigenous. It was a perfect meme. And you know what? Maybe I'll send it. No, actually, I'm going to save it. But this meme was perfect on what I was about to talk about. But anyway, it's for division, basically, is what it is. It's for us to be fighting amongst each other. All right. And that's why they're bringing in these immigrants, right? Why? Here's a good word. Check this out. This is a good this is a good common sense, question for you guys. Check this out. Where is it? Okay, right here. Check this out, because this makes sense, right? Dear white people, you are paying taxes so that the millions of non-white immigrants can enjoy free food and shelter, allowing them to have multiple children for free. You are literally paying for your own ethnic replacement. This, guys, is a true fact. All right, this is a true fact, if just in case you didn't know. Okay? And I've said this many of times, is how is it that immigrants can have 4 to 6 kids, but the white people have a hard time with one, if they're lucky, 2 kids and barely surviving? I've said this many times. Me and my girlfriend, we make around $13,000 a month clear, and we just making it. That's it, just making it. No fancy cars, nothing like that. We're just making it. So with that being said, how is the regular Canadian making it? And we don't even own our house. We just rent because we're not stupid. I mean, we wouldn't go and buy a house for $600,000 where 8 years ago that house was worth $300,000. All right, we're not dumb. So with that being said, but check out this video, guys, and this should make you mad, because this is, again, their CTV news and their narrative bullshit with immigrants. Good luck with this one.
The 2 guys who put it together are 2 good friends who immigrated from India 5 years ago. They came here to study, and they just ended up staying. And they quickly became great hockey fans and, of course, great Habs fans. And they just love the team. They love it just about as much as they love their Bhangra dancing. So for that...
You might not agree with this, but I'm from Montreal. And we're the province, we're the city, we're the team that complains if there's not enough Québécois on the team. We're the team that complains if things are done in English instead of French. We're the only team in the league that sings the national anthem of Canada in both languages. Oh, except for Ottawa, but who cares? By the way, notice they came here to study and then they ended up staying. Color me surprised. So I don't quite understand what's going on there. I mean, no problem. I love the enthusiasm for the Habs, and go Habs go, let's win the cup at least and put the St. Patrick curse to rest. But why is CTV promoting that? Why the constant erosion of culture? Why the promotion of foreign culture instead of, there's plenty in Quebec already. Why not promote that? I guess it's still better than being Winnipeg and playing the national anthem in Punjabi. I don't know, dude. Call me old-fashioned, but I'm just getting a little bit tired. That's all. There's plenty to promote here. Plenty of things to be proud. Plenty of things to celebrate. We don't have to look elsewhere. And instead, we should, indeed, celebrate our own.
So, I mean, CTV News, they either are hurting for views or they're pandering to a narrative, because that doesn't even make sense. It's actually embarrassing. It should be embarrassing. Canada should be embarrassed on a world stage with that bullshit. It's bad enough that when they were singing Punjabi, Oh Canada and Punjabi in Winnipeg, which is, again, like I told you guys, Winnipeg, Punjabi, national anthem, get with the program. They're doing this all on purpose. And speaking of purpose, you guys will like this, because not all heroes, remember this, not all heroes wear capes, but my God, I would love to be in Ottawa with this woman side by side. Well, we probably end up in jail, but check out what she does to these immigrants. It's perfect.
Play this game. Why did we come to Canada? Why did we come to Canada? Why did we wear this if we came to Canada? You came to Canada for a better life. You're supposed to technically
find you a place and go back to your country. That's what she told me. Look at her.
Yeah, no. What are you wearing? What royal bloodline do you come from?
Did I
None.
judge you what you are wearing?
Please go back to where you came from.
So do not judge me what I'm
No,
wearing.
you came
right?
here.
I came
Don't
here.
start this shit.
You're an immigrant, so go back to your
Oh, I'm not an immigrant,
I'm not
sweetheart.
an immigrant too, sweetheart.
Yes, you are, because you're not a blue blood. You're not related to me.
You saw my
You have nothing to do
passport?
with King George or
You
King
saw my
Caroline.
passport.
You have nothing to do with this
Lovely.
country.
Have a great day.
You two go back to whatever toxic sandland you came from. Please. Get out of here. Go back. You came here for a better life, not to wear those rags.
That lady was awesome. I mean, I can't imagine ever dating a lady like that with her viewpoints on this and my viewpoints. My God, talk about we both be in jail and prisons, with hate crimes. But but exactly what Patty just said. I myself was told to go back to my own country. These people make me so angry. You don't even know how angry. I'm glad I'm back at the gym. When they say go back, I'm not an immigrant. This is our land more than you guys. Go back to your country. You're immigrants. You don't even know if that ever happened and was said to me personally, because I get that on Facebook. But I mean, those are just war, keyboard warriors of being Pakis, and I usually insult them by saying I can smell you through my videos, through my phone. That usually shuts them up. But when they say that, they are made, guys, this is true. They are told, and this is a true fact, they are told that Indians, them, are more Canadian, and this is more their land than actual Canadians that settled here. You understand? Not immigrated here. We're not immigrants. We're Canadians. We're settlers. There's a difference. I always try to throw that out there, but they don't know the difference of settlers, right? I always get that. But they're told, every single one of them, they're told when they come down here that Canada is theirs. And this is why they treat us like this, because they are programmed to believe that we are the immigrants that took their ancestors' lands. This is a true fact told to me by someone, all right? And someone who I worked with at NB Power, and he actually told me that, and I almost, even though he didn't believe it, but this is what these people are told, all right? This is why when they come in, they don't have to sing "O Canada" no more. They don't have to learn the English and the French language. They don't even have to take a test like they used to have to take a test. Understand? So this is the whole thing that someone just mentioned about my analogy with the black ants, the red ants, put them together, shake it, and see what happens. That analogy is perfect. I use that analogy for everything. And that's what's happening. But, I give that woman 2 thumbs up, like Don Cherry says, for what she said. And you see from that woman when she said, go back to your country. You're an immigrant here. You don't even understand that. That woman even looked at her and said, don't start with that bullshit, which is perfect. All right. Just perfect how she put that. Okay. With that being said, because I don't like talking a lot about Canada so much, because we want to get on the Trump train. But I'm going to throw this out for the people, for the ticks that are wondering what's going on with the ticks. And, this is all done on purpose with the ticks, just to let you go, just to let everyone know. I'm going to show you this little video. This guy's, he does this TikTok thing. He's got a lot of good points. Sometimes he goes off board, but anyway, he's Canadian. I don't mind him because he's Canadian. He does the TikTok stuff, but check this out.
Hey, remember when Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox said that Steven Spielberg eats babies? That was a funny joke. Hey, by the way, did you know scientists are warning Canadians that it's going to be a massive tick infestation this summer? Which we already know. They're already fucking everywhere. But did you know that across Canada, municipalities are banning private ownership of chickens? They're saying you can't own a chicken as a citizen in a lot of counties. Did you know that chickens eat fucking ticks? Gee, I wonder if that's connected. Hey, also, did you know Canada pushes people to stop eating meat? And the specific ticks, the Lone Star ticks that are coming in, they all have the aquagel virus thing. But I'm sure the government wants us to not have chickens for our own safety, right? Right?
Yeah, remember a couple of years ago, they had that avian flu where they killed millions of chickens, and now they came out with the rule not too long ago, actually, and they're doing it in England. Lisa's watching. I think she's watching from England. And they're not allowed to have their own chickens on their land. So imagine could be a possibility, because everywhere they're dropping these ticks, it's pretty much on farmland, right? Right? Am I right? They're finding them in the woods, on the farms, and stuff like that, right? So with chickens would eat them, because chickens eat anything that moves on the ground, right? So, I wonder why, because, like he said, and he gave the finger to the government. And like I said, guys, when it's time to go, someone messaged me, I think it was Nick Freedom, that said, because I said, Nick, when I am worried and I get pushed to the corner by the government, because I already know what the future holds with Donald Trump and what he's going to do. If I ever get to the point where I explode, you can guarantee when I push the red button, the politicians and everyone that's corrupt in Canada better worry if it ever gets to that point. Because just think of Red Dawn. I'm more strategic when it comes to stuff like that than the movie Red Dawn. I've already got a group of 10,500 that I'm in the underground as freedom fighters waiting for that day. But I'm not at that point yet, because every single day, the liberal parties and these pieces of shits are literally being exposed. So that's why I'm not worried at all. But when it comes to the day that I do get worried, let's just say they better watch out. It doesn't matter. They could have the RCMP, the CSIS, the African Army. It doesn't matter, because from what I know from the group, I mean, they're loaded and they're heavy loaded for the day. But I'm not worried. I'm personally not worried. Here's a couple more things. This one was pretty good. Check this out, guys. Eventually, Canada. This is the people that they're bringing in, and it makes sense. You got the top, that's Somalia. You got the Haitians, and then of course the underneath you got the Indians. These are the people they're bringing into our country, guys. And it's so funny, because I did a TikTok video yesterday. All right, and when, especially, the worst thing you could ever do, guys, is join the YMCA. I don't care what anybody says, but it's the worst thing. Not only are they double price for I have to pay $93 a month to train there, which I hate it, but it's the only place that's close to me without a vehicle. But the fact that it's literally an infestation of immigrants. I don't even call them immigrants no more, immigrants. The whole place. And I'm like, and people will say, well, there's a white person there. Or there's a white person. No. They're white, but they're from Ukraine, or they're from Russia, or they're from Morocco. You know what I mean? Either way, because I analyze. If I see a white person in the gym, I'll go near them and I'll say, excuse me, can I use that? Just to see if I'm right. And usually they'll have that Slovakian accent, but it's mostly Ukrainian. So I know I've been doing this for 2 months here, and I could count on one hand with these fingers of how many white people out of hundreds and hundreds of people at the YMCA that go and train there, that I'm pretty much out of a handful of real Canadians in that place. And the shitty part is they don't pay. The government pays for their membership at the gym. Well, this Canadian pays $93 a month. That I do know, because as I was registering, they have this card, that they show, and no problem, yeah, boom, 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 and it's all done. It's same like the bus route, the transit. They have this card. All the Somalians, and they're Somalians. Trust me, I know what a Somalian and different countries like Congos, and I know what a Somalian looks like. They got those skinny heads with those big teeth, and they all have that same pirate look. If you understand what a Somalian pirate looks like, they all have that same look. So the difference of someone that lives in Ethiopia and the Congo, or whatever shithole they came from, but you can always tell who's Somalian. And speaking of that, check this out. This is in Toronto, guys. If this ain't disgusting. I mean, this welcome refugees. You don't even understand. Even it says on top, immigration levels linked to housing demand as Canada welcomes more than I can't see what it says, 80,000, 85 or 80,000 homes for new arrivals. I mean, they're doing this, guys, on purpose. All right. They really want Canada to explode from within. They're doing this. And this is what I mean. You got these people that are organizing these rallies, and all the power to you. Stop at the border and do all this. I don't know what they call it, the border run and stuff. I mean, all the power to you guys, but that's not what is needed. Awareness, bring on more podcasters like myself, because I'll be honest with you, and I'll say this, I'm probably the only podcaster in all of Canada, and I can freely say this. And if you guys know another podcaster, please tell me the name. I'm pretty much the only podcaster in Canada that will shit on immigrants, will shit on the government, will shit on liberals, will shit on the vaccinated that are still voting liberal, because I can't shit on all vaccinated people, because we have people that finally woke up. But I'm the only podcaster that will say we don't need Africans. Get them out of here. We definitely don't need Pakis. Get them out of here. And I'll even say Pakis. I won't say whatever name they're calling them, Punjabis. I'll say Pakis. If you guys know of any podcasters that do that, please, I'd love to bring them on the show. But we don't have people saying that. I'm the only podcaster that does say it, and I've been saying it for 6 years live on podcasting, but I've been saying it for 25 years. You know, I'm on CTV News as owning a nightclub and 3 gyms and being a racist. Trust me, it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny interview. And I'll still, till the day I die, will always bring out that diversity is a weakness, and races has got nothing to be racist about. Real sense. If you're on, okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, Jeremy's pretty decent. Like, Jeremy has already been on Rebel News for being a paid informant. Just to let you know, if you don't, Jeremy just lost a court case against Rebel News that he was a paid informant for the CSIS. I think that was the case, that he ratted out the boys from the Coots or something like that. But yeah, no, Jeremy's a little bit more hardcore, but I also think that he's a shill at the same time. You understand? So anyway, yeah, like I said, guys, if it blacks out, stick around, because I mean, just stick around. It'll come through. All right. Okay. As for Trump, yes, Nancy, we're getting to Trump. Check out this video with Trump, because you love the man. But the problem with this, Nancy, is they're trying to shadow ban everything Trump does in the United States. And I'm not getting as much as I used to get from my people, because they're literally doing a lot of things behind the scenes to stop what's happening with Donald Trump and his stuff. But I want you guys to check this out, because, of course, you'll never get this on the news.
Look, here's what they're not telling you about Trump. Today in Washington, D.C., residents are ecstatic. People that never voted for the man. And why? Because he did something he said he would do. I guess nobody believed it until now.
I'm going to dox myself because I'm moving, but I've lived near Meridian Hill Park in D.C. for almost 2 years now. And the water's never been in the pond there. This has never happened before. I was always too afraid to come here because of the homeless people, but they're all gone. And it seriously looks like Paris. I mean, I've never seen this many people out here. I mean, look, everyone is enjoying it. Everybody. A year ago, Trump said he was going to clean out D.C., and he did. It is clean, it's calm, it's quiet. The homeless are out. The birds are chirping. The water is in. The ponds. The fountains are working. Thank you, Mr. This is the benefit of having a construction man as your president.
Promises made, promises kept. But this is about something bigger, actually. Something much larger is going on. On one side of the political divide, folks believe America is done. On another side of the political divide, Americans want to see America actually made great again. Now, those folks on the other side that believe America's done, they never thought America was great to begin with. Make it make sense.
So yeah, as you can see, and I know a lot of things with these primaries and stuff like this, but if you guys are paying attention to American politics, you'll notice that Trump is this in the primaries. 37 wins. That's right. 0 losses. That's right. You know how they were pushing out those primaries, he's going to lose in the primaries and lose and lose. Guys, give me a break. I mean, I don't know why you guys even bothered listening to news at this point. Honest to God. And look at these. These are blue states, by the way, in case you didn't know, like Pennsylvania, Georgia, Alabama, Idaho, Kentucky, Oregon. All right. There's no more Mitch McConnell no more. There's no Nancy Pelosi, even though they both were replaced a long time ago. All of those, even every rhino that went against him, that gentleman Wise, whatever his name is, Wise. I don't know if you guys in the States can help me. What's the guy that just lost? Which state there that Trump put somebody else in to go against him? And he was a Republican. And he was going against everything about Donald Trump, about the Epstein files. And can you imagine being a Republican going against your own party, saying that Trump had stuff to do with child sex trafficking? Like, wow, the man has more patience than me, because I would especially take a hit squad. Me personally, if I was President Trump, I'd take a hit squad, and this person would be in prison for the rest of his life. No one would even know where this person is if you start talking garbage like that. But for some reason, it's the only thing I don't like about Trump is he follows the law. I don't back up the blue. I would back on the blue with my vehicle. It's the only things that I disagree with Donald Trump when he says back the blue. But I've seen enough video, like Jake Lang. If anybody pays attention to Jake Lang, a friend asked me today, she's like, oh my God, Jeff, she goes, where is a good place to live that there's no immigrants? And I said, I'm going to be honest with you, girl. I said, forget about New Brunswick, because she lives in New Brunswick. I said, New Brunswick's finished. The Africans alone are going to finish it. The Indians have already finished it, but the Africans alone, the 135,000, which I'm going to talk about all the time because it's disgusting, they're going to finish it. But she said, okay, well, what about Texas? And I sent her a video of Jake Lang in Texas. And I think if you guys didn't see the video, you got to check out the video. If not, I'll bring it on. He literally went in front of a council in Texas, and they want to build more mosques. And there's something like 35 mosques already. And Jake Lang literally shit all over the counselors and said, look at the kids you just brought in here. There's not one purebred American kid. Like Jake Lang is like, and I won't say he's an idol because I don't idol anybody except Donald Trump and Putin. But Jake, I would have a beer with that guy. I would be on the front line with Jake in any heartbeat when it came down to a civil war. I'd be in the front line with this guy. And he got thrown out, by the way. But Texas, I showed her and she goes, oh shit, Texas is even worse than you said. I said, yeah, Texas is finished, complete finish with Muslims. They're taking over Texas. And she said, why do you think Texas? I said, because it's hot down there. It reminds them of their deserts where they came from, the shitholes that they came from. And, and it's probably the truth. It's the shithole they came from is hot. So anyway, when people ask me about Donald Trump and President Xi and Putin was taken out in 2015, in case you guys didn't know. I think you guys do know, but the people that don't know or didn't hear it in the background, the real Putin was a bad person. He was taken out a long time ago. If I'm not mistaken, I think 2015, if I'm not mistaken. But Xi was also taken out also, just to let you know. But if you don't believe me, watch what Donald Trump says with Xi and China.
If you went to Hollywood and you looked for a leader of China to play a role in a movie,
central casting.
He's central casting. You couldn't find a guy like him. Even his physical features, he's tall, very tall, and especially for this country, because they tend to be a little bit shorter. You look at the military. I mean, the military today was incredible. That military marching was incredible.
So there you have it, out of his own words, central casting. And for the people that know anything about central casting, if you know, you know. So yeah, Xi was taken out a long time ago, the real Xi. That's why they're not having any elections in China, right? It's always Xi. They're not having any elections in Russia, are they? It's always Putin. Kind of weird, huh? Putin's staying in power until the year 2035, guys, just to let you know. And yes, Sean, that's the rumor that Jake Lang is a Jew. I mean, he doesn't look Jew, I mean, that's the rumor, or is that the left really saying he's Jew? I don't know. Doesn't look Jew. The only thing that might look Jew on him is his nose. But even then, as you know, there's good Jews and there's bad Jews. There's Zionist Jews, and then there's the good Jews. All right. Either way, it is what it is. I don't like these actors. The show's getting sickening. I know, but you know what? And that actor, that soldier, Ron, that's Jake Lang. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. All right. So Dale, the thing that you got to understand about the actors in the movie is like anything else. I used this analogy a long time ago of cleaning out the swamp. Now, let's use Las Vegas, just Las Vegas, the city of Las Vegas. All right, check this out. There is so much corruption in the city of Las Vegas alone. So just bear with me. I'm gonna do an analogy for you. There's so much corruption in the city of Vegas alone that it would take years and years with every cop you can imagine to clean out that city, not even the state, not even the state, not even, I was going to say a province, the state itself. It would take a lot of time to clean out that city alone with the amount of corruption. All right. But can you imagine the world? Look at California. Look at Chicago. Look at New York. Look at, before Ron DeSantis was taken out, and the real Ron DeSantis was taken out, because the real Ron DeSantis was pushing for the vaccine back in 2020, in case you guys didn't know, and was replaced. But anyway, just think about on a world stage. The world is a huge place. There's a lot of evilness. There's a lot of corruption. You understand? So the movie takes long, but it's even longer than the movie Godfather, which was crazy. It was like 9 hours. But there's a lot of evilness that's been around in the last hundreds of years. So I know the movie's long. I know the characters are crazy, but I'm going to show you something. All right. I'm glad you mentioned this because I almost forgot. I want you guys to see this with your own eyes. All right. With your own eyes. The answer is already there. But let's see if you guys can take a very good look and check this out and tell me what you think is going on in this picture. All right. Get ready for your eyes. What's going on with that photo, guys? What is going on with that photo? Bonjour, Miss Janice. She got home. Good evening from work. Yes. Good old Home Depot. Nice mask, huh? Yeah, it's a mask. It's a mask. Check that out. Now, the question I ask you is this. You ready for this? And I'm going to keep that up. Do you think this is bad acting, or they want you to see something? How about that? That's a very good question for you guys. Do you think they're just doing this because of stupidity? Because obviously, he must have seen himself before going on Fox News. Or do you think this is all for on purpose? Is it for exposure? That's the question you should ask yourself. Not like, oh my God, is that guy wearing a mask? Like if you feel like you're Detective Clouseau. They want us to see this on purpose. You understand now? You understand? It's intentional. Thank you, Patty. It's exactly. So don't think that you're you caught them by one of those gotcha moments, because they're doing this on purpose to show people that there's such thing as actors. There's such thing as crisis actors. There's such thing as clones, as masks. Speaking of crisis actors, check this out, because I want to show you guys this probably over a month ago. Check out this kid and this mother. This was a situation with that happened in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it's in Florida. But something had happened. And again, crisis actors. But take a look at this kid and his mom. But take a look at the kid. You guys, want a little bit of comedy? This is what crisis actors do.
Situational awareness as they call it?
I mean, I think, yeah, but I don't think it should have to be like that, you know? Like, it's kind of dumb.
Lori, Mom, I bet you are protective
Yeah, we
mama
don't
there.
know. Yes, of course. I mean, he was only 11 feet away from me when this happened, maybe 12 feet. It's absolutely horrifying. And he's had nightmares. We don't know. Hopefully we are fine, and there's nothing more to come. And his little brother, who's 11, who saw everything as well, seeing his brother's neck split open, you know, there might be some trauma, and we're very upset.
Well, I can't.
You gotta love that kid. I mean, I had tears in my eyes when she said slice his neck, and he went like that. I mean, yeah. I don't know if you guys seen that video. Most of you guys didn't, but because they didn't want to show it after that because that was live. Anyway, it didn't work out for them too much. I thought that was pretty funny and good for the kid. Really good for the kid. All right. So in case you guys didn't know, this is what happened. This is what happened in the United States the other day. They got to be careful on social media, especially for this person. I'm surprised she was an American, white American, instead of usually the African Americans, because I've seen a lot of videos with the African Americans bragging about their 6 kids and how they get these SNAP programs and they don't have to work and they had more kids on purpose. And then all of a sudden, within a day or two, you got them doing a video saying, they just cut me off. And anyway, check this out. This one was pretty funny. I call it karma.
I only pay $50 in rent. Does that make you angry? Does that make you shiver in your boots? Does that make you want to punch me in my face? I pay $50 for a 2-bedroom for my family of 6 with the help of your tax dollars. Thank you very much.
Exactly one day later, she posted this video.
So because of that video I made of my family of 7 living in a 2-bedroom apartment and me only paying $50, somebody on here was so miserable to go report me that now they gave me an eviction notice for 30 days.
I screwed up. She wasn't white. She's mulatto. Yeah, with her 6 kids. Yeah, she was mulatto. She wasn't white. So I kind of screwed up. I didn't take a good look at her until I seen the video. I'm like, yeah, she's not white. But yeah, karma hit her really good. $50 of rent, 6 kids. She was banking it. What do you guys think? But that's the cool thing about social media. And it's good and sometimes it's bad because for myself, I know you guys don't get a lot of this, but for myself, it sucks because people ask me, why are you in Calgary, Jeff? Why are you doing this stuff in Calgary? Or why did you go to Calgary, take your course? You could have took your course in New Brunswick. You got to understand, guys, when you do videos and podcasts like this and you do posts that you guys see my posts on Facebook, no one is going to hire me in New Brunswick because of my views and my truth. Nobody, trust me. It's already came and bit me in the ass many times, but that doesn't affect me because I mean I'll take my expertise and my skills of doing what I need to do as firefighter. Even though I lost my firefighting because of the jab, which I'll lose that job any day because at least I know I'm going to wake up the next day being healthy. For the people that don't know, remember I told you guys about my cousin the other day, Timmy Monday, with stage 4 cancer. Anyway, he passed away the next day. Actually, Monday I had my live. Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. he passed away. Vaccinated, of course. Young age, 51 years old. So yeah, it didn't take him long. But for me to lose my firefighting job for not taking the vaccine, I'll trade that in any day. And because that doesn't bother me. I like being a firefighter, but at the same time, I like my health at the same time. For the paramedics and the people in the health department that have taken those jabs, I've seen it firsthand that they're not looking too good. And there's going to be a huge shortage of paramedics in the future because to this very day, they're still asking for certain vaccinations, which, of course, I have a very good doctor I have a very good person to edit and do things saying that I'm vaccinated for certain things. I have all that. I can get all those documents and say that I am vaccinated, because it doesn't, at the end of the day, you will never see a vaccination in me that doesn't need to be in me. Let's just put it that way. So I'm smart. That's what you call being street smart. You're not going to go, oh, well, shit, I can get this job for $80,000, $90,000 a year, but I need to get 3 of these vaccines and 2 of these vaccines. Sure, why not? I'll be their pincushion. No money is worth taking any kind of vaccination, no matter what you guys think and feel. Either way, that is my advice to you guys. No matter what it is, money is not worth your health. You might not get it right now, but it's going to get to you. Trust me, when it gets to you, like my cousin Timmy, I was just talking to him 2 weeks ago on the phone, and then 2 weeks, bang, gone. See you later. I'm going back home June the 5th, so I was hoping to be able to literally get to him and talk to him face to face and give him a hug before I got there. All right? Just to let you know. Annette says paramedic is a tough job, mentally and stressful. You don't even understand, Annette, what I've seen alone. And for the paramedics and the stories of my instructor, yeah, it really is a stressful job. I'll give every one of them credit, but the crappy part is every instructor in my class that was instructing us, every day there'd be a new instructor and people being welcome, like they were showing other instructors that were coming in, and they were all paramedics, and every single one of them have quit their jobs to teach paramedic because of health reasons, because they hated their job. So it didn't make no sense for they're in my class to 11 people saying, yeah, we're glad you guys are doing paramedics, but you're going to hate what you do. And they would tell you why. But also I could tell a lot of them were sick also for health reasons because they're vaccinated. But unfortunately, they didn't know I'm not vaccinated, even though all the class was vaccinated with COVID shots. Good luck to them. A lot of them were sick too. But either way, we leave it to that. I know how to get around and move around, life without having to take any kind of vaccination for any job. And I don't need to work. I have a 6-unit apartment building. I don't need to work. I just choose to work because I love to work. I love to be out there. I want to be out there where I'm not doing nothing all day. Because as soon as you retire, you pretty much give up on life, kind of, sort of, right? I had people that would work 40 years and then retire, and then they would literally deteriorate in less than a year or two, and then that's it. I'm not going to say I don't ever plan on not retiring, but I mean, as long as I can function, I'll keep on working or doing something I love. What's this? You're gonna have to help a Durka. Well, Nancy, let's just say for what I plan on doing, there's no Durkas in the industrial oil rigs, I guess you could say, because I'm going to be a paramedic in the oil rigs and a firefighter. So there ain't going to be no Durkas up there because I don't plan on being a paramedic running around in an ambulance. I'm more of the industrial guy that's making 3 times the money and less stress. And I only have to deal with drug addicts, overdoses because they were high the night before coming to work, and probably broken ankle, broken arm, a splint here and there, and some aspirin. But yeah, get your line 1 and line 2 rescue. Yeah, Jeff, if you want to send me a message about that, brother, that's the high angle, if I'm not mistaken, what you're referring to, the high angle rescue that you're referring to. Just tell me if yes or no. But yeah, I plan on doing that, buddy, for the high angle rescue. I don't know where I'm going to do it yet. I know in my province of in New Brunswick, by Nova Scotia, offer it. But either way, no matter what, I'm going to do it. My brother is a consultant in Alberta oil field. Awesome, dude. Well, that's my plan of why I finished up this paramedic course and with the firefighting, which I've already done. That's exactly what my plan is, brother. And that's the goal. Do that for 5-6 years. And that's it. That's all. You know what I mean? The girlfriend retires, and then we're adios amigos. The son will graduate school, and then it's adios amigos. Hopefully I have enough money saved up to buy another apartment building. We'll have 2 of them, and then we're off to Colombia and stuff like that. But Jeff, I like your attitude, brother. Hook up with me, because I'm pretty sure you could help me with your brother with being the consultant in the oil patch and stuff like that. Still got a few things to do before I get my name up there and start off. But either way, guys, I love you all. That's my hour. It's only 7 o'clock here, but I am taking off for the gym, the YMCA filled with immigrants. And I got to get going because it closes at 9, and I'm going to walk 2 kilometers to get to it because it's a beautiful day. Yesterday was hailing in Calgary, just to let you know, hailing. So anyway, I love you guys all. Jeff, send me a message, brother. I'd like to chat with you probably on Messenger, but try to get you on the phone and give me some advice about your brother and being a consultant up and all that stuff. Anyway, have a great weekend, guys. I love you all. Don't forget, it's next Monday, not Sunday, Monday for my live. So have a great weekend. Stay positive. And like Don Cherry says, you people hold that line. Things will get better, guys. Trust me, I have a beautiful video of Trump, which I'm going to share with you guys. I couldn't share it tonight because I didn't know if they were going to ban me by sharing it, but it will get better. Trust me on that. Every time I'm batting 99% right now. I just don't know how they're going to solve the immigrants situation, to be honest with you. That's the only worry I have. So anyway, I love you guys all. Take care. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys back Monday for more Real Truth. Adios, amigos.
Miss out. Bringing you the real truth. Exposed. The Canadian Don is digging deeper, asking what others won't, and broadcasting it uncensored. For real. Join the conversation live with facts you can see and voices you can trust. Subscribe today.